Hi there, everyone. Thanks for joining us here. We're giving an update on our New Year's Day winter storm. We've had a lot of stuff going on already here today, as well as more impactful weather coming our way on Saturday. So we're going to talk about all of it here. I see a lot of comments coming in. Keep those coming in. We'll address those questions here at the end. But first, we're going to kind of run through a little bit of everything. I know a lot of those questions are going to be about when things are going to start up and how much we're going to see here in the end. So we'll talk about all of that first, and then we'll get back to those questions. I promise to read through those here coming up. So first, let's head over to our graphics, and we'll talk about what we're dealing with here already this evening. A lot of reports of some pretty treacherous conditions out on the roads, actually. Winter weather advisory has been in place through the afternoon and stays in place for us here in those shaded counties until 9 p.m. That is for some freezing drizzle across parts of the area that we have continued to see. And again, we've been seeing cars kind of sliding off the roads into ditches. That, again, still in effect till 9 p.m. That is all ahead of what we're going to be seeing tomorrow. Road temperatures right now, keep that in mind. Again, if you need to be out traveling still through that 9 p.m. hour or here this evening, road temperatures are below that freezing point in many spots. That's why we have those black ice conditions forming with that freezing drizzle across the area. Here's how those road conditions look according to the DOT. Again, this is seasonal, but a lot of those plows are out kind of pre-treating roads as well ahead of that winter storm system. So we are seeing some of those kind of more partly covered roads there off towards the Dubuque area. But I do know we've had some reports here in the Cedar Rapids area, as well as along Highway 20 of some of those slick roads. So again, take it easy if you can. If you don't need to be out, certainly hang out at home. Plow locations, again, ahead of that storm tomorrow are being reported here, applying salt, applying brine, applying salt and brine in many spots, just trying to get us ready ahead of that impactful system that we have coming our way tomorrow. So tonight that drizzle comes to an end. We're going to see temperatures dipping down pretty chilly for us here. And then we're going to look at a pretty impactful day on the way for us there tomorrow. So let's highlight everything here. Kind of the big three things that you need to know ahead of this winter storm that we're dealing with on Saturday. Heavy snow. Very high snowfall rates, 1 inch per hour or more are going to be possible. Very light, very fluffy snow, so it's going to stack up very quickly. We're also dealing with gusty winds. We're talking 30, 40 mile per hour gusts. That's going to lead to blowing and drifting snow. So again, dealing with those treacherous travel conditions through the day tomorrow. If you don't need to be traveling on Saturday, absolutely stay home. Get to a safe place here tonight and hang out there through the day Saturday, even into Sunday morning. Dangerous cold is also going to be something that we're highlighting here through the weekend. I don't think wind chills as we cool down tonight are going to make it above zero until we get into early next week. So a look at those winter weather alerts for us through the day Saturday. We just talked about that winter weather advisory here today. This is everything that we're looking at for Saturday. Winter weather advisory is in place for those counties in that purple color: Waterloo, Manchester, Dubuque, right along Highway 20. Winter storm warning is in place for counties to the south of there, along Highway 30, along I-80, and points to the south in that pink color. That is where we're looking at the most impactful weather, the heaviest of the snow, the highest snowfall rates, the most dangerous travel conditions. Again, if you're not included in this, points just to the north of that, certainly you still could see a little bit of snow, but these are where the highest impacts are expected to be. Let's time things out here. I'm already seeing questions about a lot of folks, asking different locations and such. So it's important that you know where your county is, you know where your town is, but we're going to run through things here on Pinpoint Futurecasts so you can see everything. We're paused here Saturday, 7 a.m. Starting to see some of those initial snow bands already making it into far southern parts of the area. We'll advance forward just an hour or so, 8 a.m. already seeing some intense snowfall there, again into the southern parts of the state. By 10 a.m., most of the area south of Highway 30 is going to be seeing snowfall at this time, and it's going to be moderate to heavy already. It kind of intensifies pretty quickly for us as this system moves through the area. Advancing a few more hours ahead. Now we're at noon on Saturday. Most of the area along and south of Highway 20 is seeing snow, moderate to heavy snowfall. So again, as the snow continues to drift to the north, as it continues to move into the area, we are going to be seeing quickly deteriorating road conditions with these very high snowfall rates. You'll notice how deep and dark those blues are here on Pinpoint Futurecast. That's where we're going to be seeing snowfall rates over an inch per hour possible at times. Into the afternoon, 3 p.m. now, again, most of the TV9 viewing area, except for our far north and northwestern counties, are seeing at least a little bit of snow, moderate to heavy snowfall still through 3 p.m. So again, that's a very long time to be seeing that pretty heavy snow. That is why we're going to see some high snowfall totals by the end of this. As we advance forward towards dinner time, 5 p.m., starting to see that that snow kind of drifting off a little bit more to the south again. That is going to kind of stay the case as we head through the rest of the evening. So again, those far northern counties where that winter weather advisory is, snow is going to be lasting not quite as long. That's why you're not going to see as high of totals or as high of impacts. But that snow continues through the evening, even still through that 10 o'clock hour for most areas along and south of Highway 30. By about midnight, though, the good news is we are starting to see things kind of wrapping up, coming to an end pretty quickly into Sunday morning. So all of that summarized here for you on one graphic without those moving time frames. 6 to 8 a.m. for the most part along and south of I-80, 8 to 10 for the Cedar Rapids area and points in that middle blue color, and then 10 a.m. to noon for points to the north of that. So again, I want to continue to emphasize it's important that you know where your county is, you know where your town is on this map, but this is all the information that you need for that start time. Another thing, again, that everyone wants to know, snowfall totals. So let's talk about those here. This is what we're looking at right now for our snowfall totals. The highest confidence is in those southern areas where we're looking at very high snowfall because the snow is just going to be lasting for the longest time there. It starts there early, it stays there late, as well as seeing those very high snowfall rates. To the north of that, there's a very sharp cutoff on this northern edge of the system. We just tracked through Pinpoint Futurecast. We showed you that here. So there is less confidence in those purple and white bands and where exactly they're going to locate themselves. They may have to be kind of condensed a little bit further to the south for us, but we do have pretty high confidence in the southern end of this system, bringing very impactful, very high snowfall totals. Something that goes into why we might see more or less snow is that snowfall ratio. Temperatures on Saturday, very cold. We're talking teens. Lower teens for us, and that makes for very light, very fluffy snow. It's not going to be good for building snowmen, but it makes it very light, very fluffy. It stacks up very easily. So again, it is certainly going to amount to very large snowfall totals very quickly. On the contrary, something we saw earlier this week in parts of the area, that very wet, very heavy snow, I think that was on Tuesday. So it's not going to be like that. It's going to be very light, very fluffy for us. But again, that does mean it stacks up pretty quickly. Now, not only are we dealing with snow and a lot of it, we're also going to be dealing with gusty winds. Here's how those winds look as we head through the evening here and into tomorrow morning. Gusts upwards of that 25 to 30 mile per hour range through the day on Saturday. I think we could be talking gusts anywhere over 30 to 40 miles per hour possible. That is going to lead to areas of blowing and drifting snow. So again, travel not advised on Saturday. Get where you need to here tonight. If you're doing anything for New Year's, things are still going to be okay, I think, through the very early morning hours. But by about 5, 6 a.m., you want to be where you are hoping to stay through the day on Saturday. Travel is going to be very difficult, especially along and south of I-80. 380, again, the most intense snowfall is going to be in the mid-morning into the early afternoon, but still that area, much of it is in that winter storm warning. Travel not advised. Highway 20 areas to the north, certainly lesser snowfall totals, but still enough to cause trouble. Obviously, we've been seeing a lot of trouble on the roads here this evening. It doesn't take a lot to make those treacherous road conditions. So again, try to stay at home. Let those first responders do what they need to do. Let those plows get out, clear those roads so that you can get going as we head into the day on Sunday. So we've talked snow, we've talked wind. We're also going to be talking about cold. Right now, Friday night, tonight into Saturday, we do have a wind chill advisory in place for far northwestern parts of the area. Wind chills down below that negative 20-degree mark. And as we head into Saturday night into Sunday morning, we could see temperatures like that across much of the area. So we'll show you that here on Pinpoint Futurecast. Also, wind chills. This is for Saturday, 5 a.m. Again, far to the north, Charles City, -22 for that feels like temperature. -18 in Decorah for that feels like temperature. Fayette, -17 for that feels like temperature. In Waterloo, wind chill at 13 degrees. We'll advance forward here and show you what we're looking at by Sunday morning. Right now, there is not a wind chill advisory in place, but certainly we could see that coming our way here. I think the National Weather Service is trying to kind of not have too many things in effect for us here at this time. So certainly that will probably come our way. As you can see, those wind chills by early Sunday morning, -teens, -20s across a large portion of the TV9 viewing area. So let's run through Pinpoint Futurecast here one more time, and then I'll look at those comments here and see what folks are asking about a little bit more. But again, timing-wise for that Saturday storm system, 7 a.m. is where we're starting here. That's where we're paused right now. Most of that, those first initial snow bands just moving in to the far southern parts of the area. Those continue to push north as we head through the morning very quickly. 10 a.m. now where we're paused, already seeing some moderate to heavy snowfall. As you'll notice, those very deep, very dark blues on Pinpoint Futurecast showing us those high snowfall rates, over an inch per hour possible in some spots. And that continues into the later morning hours as well. Now we're paused here at noon, seeing that snow up towards the Highway 20 corridor. As we head through the afternoon, most of that area continues to see snowfall. Towards dinner time, we're starting to see things kind of pushing off a little farther to the south, lightening up a little bit more so. And then we continue to see that light snow through the evening hours along and south of Highway 20, even still towards 10 o'clock and midnight. We're seeing that snow before it starts to move out into early in the morning on Sunday. So again, a lot to unpack there. We'll talk about those snowfall totals as well. One more time, highest confidence in these is going to be in that southern portion where we're looking at those pink totals, 7 to 10 along and south of I-80 roughly. To the north of that, we do have less confidence in those snowfall totals simply because of the very, very sharp cutoff in the system. And it looks like right now, obviously this is our going forecast. This is what we think is going to happen. But if we continue to get updates in here through the evening, we may have to adjust those a little bit farther to the south. So let's go check out some of those comments here as you guys can kind of take in that forecast a little bit more. Ice, not looking like ice is going to be a concern tomorrow. The temperatures are going to be cold enough that we're dealing with just snow. The one place that you might have an ice concern, again, is going to be early on in the system as those roads are still rather warm from cars traveling on them, from all the salt and brine that have been put out until those roads are able to kind of cool down a little bit more. Because right now, as we talked about, I'll pull up those road temperatures one more time. Road temperatures in far northern Iowa are below that freezing point. So anything falling, which is all going to be snow, it's going to fall and stay frozen. But anything that is, anything that's able to melt on the roads, such as here, like we're looking at Iowa City, Tipton, Williamsburg, DeWitt, all of those roads are kind of right around that freezing point. So until those road temperatures are able to cool below that, snow could melt on top of the roads and then refreeze. Overall, everything falling is going to be snow on Saturday. We're not looking at ice falling, but again, there may be a little bit of that refreeze initially to start. Good question there. Still looking. All right, so one more time we'll run through that Pinpoint Futurecast and then we'll wrap things up here, just to give you one more idea again of that timing. Looking like Saturday morning, again, along and south of I-80 by about 10 a.m., moving through the area pretty quickly and intensifying pretty quickly as we head towards that noon hour along and south of Highway 20. And then as we head through the afternoon, we continue to see that snowfall really across most of the area, looking like it's going to continue through the evening and overnight, early overnight hours, moving out for the most part by about midnight for us there. So we will leave you with that at this point. Thank you for all of your excellent questions. Again, we've run through all the timing here, so hopefully you've been able to see exactly where the timing starts and ends for your area. Otherwise, we'll continue to check back here and answer those questions for you as we head through the rest of the evening. Stay safe.